Back at it again. It's December 1st, and I wanted to do something different. Um, I wanted to go live for 2 hours, but we had MMA practice today, and I got home, laid down. Well, I took a shower first, late, and then laid down, and then yeah, did my thing. But I want to go on live. Really, ideally 2 hours a day from this point on. But we're probably gonna do 1 hour. It's probably gonna be 1 hour a day. I like to shoot for the moon, and no. What's further than the moon? I like to shoot for Mars and hit the Earth's moon. If that makes any sense. I was I wasn't gonna go live at first, but then I was on Threads, right? And while being on Threads, I saw this dude. He was doing something called LOOKSMAXIng, as they call it, I guess, right? If you see me kind of like doing like twitching a little bit, I'm trying to pop my neck. I literally just got done sparring. But anyways, so homie was LOOKSMAXing. I'm gonna answer your question in a second. And this dude was putting on some makeup. I did. I'm gonna get to looks max in a second. Let me answer these questions, man. I got it like that. There you go. That's like the hook. Just wait for me for a second. Let me answer this question. Someone said, "Hey Smitty, I have my blue belt tournament coming up. I'm a bit nervous. Do you have any advice?" My question is this your first tournament? Is this your first ever tournament? And when is it? When is the tournament? And is this your first tournament? First open weight. How much do you weigh? Open weight. It's your first open weight tournament? You're 300 pounds. You lying. You lying. You lying. 6'1", 300. Why are you nervous? Why are you nervous? You're 300 pounds. What do you mean you're nervous? 6'1" at 300 pounds? I need to check that. You need to check that moment. I love when Islam said that. You a big motherfucker. Shit, I need to be nervous of you. What do you need to be nervous about? Oh, well, and it's a blue belt tournament. Is your leg lock defense good? Because if you go against someone my size, if I saw you, I would leg lock you. 300 pounds? Well, actually, that's a good question. Are you athletic? Is it like a slobbish? And I know this is probably messed up, but really follow me here. We have to be real. If this is a tournament, we gotta be real, okay? So are you a slobbish 300 or are you an athletic 300? Because that says a lot. You said my defense is okay, but not the best. Is it like Naga? Because Naga allows heel hooks. That's why I only do open weight division at places that allow heel hooks for people like you. An athletic 300, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I promise you, you you are the exact type of person that I hunt for at these places. And luckily for you, you're not gonna run into nobody like me that's my size hunting for a guy your size. You'll be fine. Just don't blow your load. I just don't see nobody. Well, you said you're open. It's open weight, so I think the biggest guy I went against, he was 350, but he was kind of a slobbish 350. There was another dude I went against. He was 285. He was pretty fucking strong. One thing I've noticed is big guys like they gas out. They gas out really easily. You should probably go on the treadmill or something. When is this? Is it? You said it was this weekend. Did you say it was this weekend? I appreciate you. It's cold, so I got my little beanie on, my Captain America beanie, or my Puerto Rican beanie. Is it's on the 12th. You. So this you good. You need to go. You need to. What you need to do. I'm gonna tell you what you need to do. You still have time. Go. Just do cardio. That's like, for some weird reason, big guys don't do cardio. I don't know why. I don't know why y'all don't do cardio. That's how I beat you guys. I come in and I just overwhelm you, make you tired, and then y'all just lay there, and then that's usually what happens. Because I'm gonna give you this is the best piece of advice I can give you. Because there's really no skill set that you're gonna gain, but this is the best. This is the best advice I can give you. So like, imagine your gas tank is right here, and it's your first open weight tournament. And I know you played football, and I know you wrestled, but jiu-jitsu is a little bit different. I know people say it's a little gay sport, but it's a little different. Your gas tank is gonna go like half. So go to the gym, start working out. Are you a guard passer or are you a guard player? That's really key. Well, you wrestled in high school. You did wrestle in high school. So you should be a guard passer. Yeah, you need to go on like a treadmill, just jump some rope, because guard passing requires a lot of jump rope. You too damn big to be scared, though. I say that in a joking way, by the way. I wouldn't be afraid. If I was 6'1", 300 pounds, nobody would stop me. But you have every right to be nervous, though. So maybe, no, you said you're nervous. You didn't say you were scared. You said you was nervous. Yeah. That's normal. Being nervous is normal. That's very normal, by the way. That's totally normal. But you better not be scared. You too damn big to be scared. I'm sorry. I'm talking. Well, I mean, that's how my lives are. I talk to you guys like y'all, like my actual gym mates. I be talking to my gym mates like that. I'm like, you too damn big to be scared. And they just be like, damn it, Smitty. You'll be all right. You just need to work on your cardio. Like, you have the size. You say your defense. Well, you said your defense is okay. What do you mean? What do you constantly get submitted by? What do you get submitted by? What is your problems? Because I can tell you how you would lose. If you can tell me what you're getting submitted by in the gym, and you can tell me what positions you get stuck at, I can tell you how you would lose. I promise you that. I'm good at that. I could tell you how you would lose. If you could just tell me if you could tell me what's your submissions, right? Okay, this is perfect. Tell me, and don't go check anything. Don't check anything, just off the top of your head. Do you know the rules of the place you're going? Have you read the rules? Okay, that's number one. What's your submissions that you're good at? What submissions do you get caught by? And what positions do you get stuck in? And what positions are you good at? If you can tell me that, I can tell you how I can predict how you're gonna do. Y'all can tell I'm thirsty. See, I just came from practice. Anyways, while he writes that, so I was on Threads and I seen this dude putting on makeup, and he said he was LOOKSMAXING. And I never knew that LOOKSMAXING was men putting on makeup. I didn't know that. I thought the the LOOKSMAXING dudes was like, I don't know. I don't know. I thought the LOOKSMAXING dudes was like on some player shit, not on some fruity tooty. I don't know, like that. I've been lied to, man. We're gonna talk about social combat. This would I decided. I've been thinking about this for a while, and we gon' we we gon' man we gonna talk about social combat. I think the game needs this. I really do. You said my submissions are the Kimura lock, rear naked choke, armbar. Is the Kimura like your first go to? Is it your first go to? Because that's a typical big guy move. Kimura. I got a Kimura today. I got a nice Kimura today. I was very happy about that. I'm gonna post that later. Yes, it's my first go to. Um, if you're going against someone of equal size and you try to go for it and it doesn't work, go for the back. Don't go for an armbar. Don't go for it. Now, don't hesitate. If you see the armbar, try it. But I think the back is much better. You can secure points too. You should play by points. You said, but I tried to mix it up with. He said I tried to mix it up with an armbar. Mm-hmm. You see. I'm like, don't go for that. You too big. Too big. If Kimura's is well, no. I would have to watch you at that point. But then, what do you get? Where are you getting caught by in the gym? Yeah, what are you getting caught by? That's very important. I could tell I could visualize what's going on. Kimura, typical big guy move, rear naked choke. A Kimura to an armbar. I do like that combination. So you're like a joint locking type of guy. Sounds like you so far from what I'm gathering, you overpower people a lot. So you do use your size. Some people probably be like, "Oh my god, don't use your size. Be technical. Fuck that. Use your size." If I was your size, I'd use my size. You say I get caught by a rear naked choke. You gas out then, huh? you gas out then. Getting caught by rear naked chokes. Who's taking your back? Who? It better not be no small 13-year-old girl. I'm messing with you today. I'm just having fun. Don't mind my teasing. Okay, you get caught by rear naked chokes. What positions do you get stuck in? What positions? Because if you say you wrestled in high school, you should be fine. Hey, bro, just got my third stripe as a white belt after 8 months of training. That's actually solid. 8 months of training, that you're at a good spot. That's pretty solid. Now, no, that's solid. I like that. That's solid. I'm an engineer and listen to your videos on my way. Wow, thank you. Appreciate it. What I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to post more theoretical videos for long form, and then keep posting short form videos. Like with the highlights and all the stuff. I'm gonna start doing live streaming more again. I get caught on my back a lot and on my butt. So like, based on what I'm hearing, it sounds like you probably are the type of dude that comes out very explosive. Thank you. You said your theory videos are really knowledgeable, especially your vids on psychology. Thank you. I learned a lot with that stuff. I be trying to help you guys out. I'm gonna get better with it. I want to post 500 videos this month, so I'm about to lose a lot of followers because I want to post a lot of videos about that. But it's only on the long form. It's not the short form. So I don't know why people are getting mad that I'm posting long form when the highlight videos is still there. But it's all good. What's good, Ghost? You said I train jiu-jitsu 3 to 4 times a week and live 2 to 3 times a week. By the way, love your MMA coaching streams. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm showing a lot of stuff. Back to you, Space Panda. Don't worry. I know I have a short attention span, but don't worry. The Space. Let me just answer this, and I'm gonna leave you at that. It just sounds like to me you gas out. Like you start off really good and strong, but it seems like at some point, maybe when you get like a good resistance, or maybe you lose a position of some sort, it probably goes downhill from there. That's kind of what it sounds like. You said I get caught in the Peterson position. Oh, yep. So I think if you go against someone your size, just follow what I told you. You need to go to the gym, not jiu-jitsu. You need to go outside of the gym, go do some road work. I promise you, that's all you have to do. It's cardio. I promise you, it's cardio. I promise you. I promise you it's cardio. Because you're going to go and, like, the environment of, like, tournaments, it makes your cardio go down. I'm just telling you. That's the only advice. That's the only advice I can give you. There's nothing really you could really change right now. That's the only advice I can really give you. Trust me, like that, you will thank me for that. If you go do, like, just focus on your cardio. Keep going to the gym, of course, but just focus on your cardio. You will be fine. Trust me. Just remember I told you that. I came back from an ACL meniscus surgery. I couldn't walk properly for like 2 years. Started with a little boxing and finally got into jiu-jitsu at 27 years old. Dude, I messed up my knee. That knee is dangerous, man. I want to get into talking discussions about the knee. It's all types of stuff. I'm gonna stop promising you guys stuff because okay. This is the thing. If Smitty promises something, just know he's probably not gonna keep that promise. Like, I'm gonna be on. I promise that tomorrow, guys. I'm not gonna say it because then I don't come. I disappear for like 6 months. The class lives are great. Nah, some people be like, look, when I be doing my lives, some people be like, you explain too much. I'm like, fuck you, dude. Like, I teach exactly how I wish I was taught. I wish someone explained the why of everything. So I try to tell people, this is why we're doing this. This is why we're doing this. And people thank me later for it. Like, if you guys seen how many people thank me for how like detail I go, I don't know. I don't want to toot my own horn, but you said third stripe means a lot since I couldn't walk properly. I mean, dude, like, trust me. If you saying all what you went through and you're still doing jiu-jitsu, like, congrats, bro. Like, that's all that matters. You said, how's my shoulder doing? It's doing great. Some people thought I re-dislocated my shoulder. I didn't. I was bored, so I decided to go over shoulder rehab videos, and I'm lazy on that. I literally have the next video in my phone, and I just haven't posted it. I'm just a lazy guy. You say you're still trying to make your way into UFC, right? Yep, I'm gonna do all that stuff. Like, it's so funny with MMA. Let me kind of explain MMA. With MMA, I don't know how it happened. I only did it for you guys. I just fucked around one day and I found myself in the cage. I promise you guys. I just did it because people were talking shit and they said I couldn't do it. Right? They said my jiu-jitsu wouldn't work. They said I would get knocked out. It was so many talks for years. And I was like, you know what? Let me try it. So I did the first MMA when we had like the headgear on. And they was like, that wasn't real MMA. You wasn't in the cage. Them bastards was right, because the cage is a lot different. But they were right. They were right. I will admit they were right, because the cage was a lot more scarier. It was a lot more softer than I thought, though. Well, the wall, the cage, the fence itself is hard, but the ground. Well, I was the first guy that came out to fight, so it was pretty soft. But I heard it get slippery as the night goes on, but it was soft for me. But yeah, I don't really like. I'm just doing it for fun. It's literally for the love of the game. I'm literally doing it for the love of the game. So I know some people are taking it serious. They're trying to change their life. I'm literally whooping ass just because the honeys love it. Like, I swear to God. Like, when I was talking, it wasn't even talking shit, but I was telling all the girls, the fine shits. I was like, watch, I'm gonna submit them in the third round. I was telling all the girls, all the honeys. And then I did that shit. They were all in my phone. Like, now, just because I'm saying, like, I'm not, like, I take, anything I do, I take it very serious. But I literally do this just to impress y'all. That's it. Like there's nothing else. I get paid from the internet. I don't need to do that. I don't need to do it. I don't need to go get punched in the head. But y'all love it, so I go do it because I'm a showman. That's me. I know that someone's probably sitting there and they probably are so heartbroken. They're like, I thought you was passionate. I am passionate. I don't like losing. So, but it's for the love of the game, dog. It's for the love of the game. I love this shit. So, nothing I'm doing is fake. It's for the love of the game. I've been watching you for years. He said, I was watching you for years when I was in bed, couldn't train. This is cool. Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, some people think I'm an asshole. I mean, I am an asshole. No, my coach said it best. My coach said he diagnosed me properly. He said, you are cocky humble. I'm like, yes, that's me. Cocky humble. Like, I know how far I could go. When I'm sure of something, I will talk. When I'm not sure of something, I will shut up. But he said, I may move to a city an hour away. Right now, I train gi and no gi, but thinking of switching to 10th plant in the city I'm moving to. How do you like? I think not okay, so this is my opinion. Okay? So take my opinion with a grain of salt. Smitty is not always right. But in my opinion, I think after blue belt, gi is a waste of time. My opinion. I think gi, because I went up to blue belts and there was certain things that I did that I learned as a white belt to blue belt that I kind of still use to this day. I mean, some of it's kind of outdated now. But I just think like there's really like the fundamental foundational stuff that you learn up to blue belt, like white belt to blue belt in gi, you don't need, like there's nothing else you're going to learn in purple except for specialized style of guards. But that's if you're trying, that's okay. I guess that's if you're trying to be like, if you're trying to get into, let's say, like MMA, I think it's a waste of time. I think it's also a waste of time for self-defense. Kind of. Because I just found, I started running across law enforcement self-defense. Now, I want to start looking over their curriculums. I want to look into law enforcement curriculums. But I don't see nothing that deals with grabbing clothes. And I think, which blew my mind, I think law enforcement is some of the closest people that are dealing with self-defense every day. Like, that's the closest you're going to see to self-defense. So, but you don't see them doing anything with the gi. It's all no gi if you really think about it. So, I think after blue belt, gi is a waste of time. Me personally. Or once you get your blue belt, gi is a waste of time. You said, nah, you don't need to take damage. That's why I say that's my opinion. Smitty's not always right. Okay? I don't know why some people think I walk around thinking I'm holier than thou. I'm not. I'm not holier than thou. I don't think I'm right all the time. I just from my observation of doing this, that's my opinion. I'm thinking of competing soon. Never been good at sports, and if you're gonna compete, you need to start strengthening your body. I would say start getting some calisthenics. Do calisthenics. You don't need to lift weights. Go into calisthenics and start working on your cardio. Do that first, then go compete, and you will do very, very well. Specifically, pistol squats. You said your meniscus was jacked up. Start doing some like specific knee style calisthenics, because that works on your stabilizer. That works on your stabilizer muscles. You don't need big muscles. You need to work on your stabilizer muscles. If you had meniscus problems, that means your stabilizer muscles are probably jacked up and need strengthening. So go into some calisthenics. I know you spoke about that a while back. You don't plan on doing Rock'em Sock'em in May. Those weren't, you that sound kind of like me, but you said, let me say this again. You said, I know you spoke about that a while back. You don't plan on doing Rock'em Sock'em MMA. Those weren't your words, but basically you said you weren't looking to get into wars. I'm not. If you hear me, because I do have a fight coming up January 31st. I haven't announced it yet, but for the live guys, this is the first place you guys are going to hear it. But January 31st, in the promo, I'm going to tell people that it's going to be a war. It's not going to be a fucking war, but I'm going to hype people up for it. Because the guy, I think apparently is a jiu-jitsu black belt. I'm not going to say my game plan. I have 3 game plans that I'm going to do. And I'm only going to reveal one. I have 3 game plans, and I'm only going to reveal one. Because it's psychological, and it's fun. I watched his last fight, and he showed so many holes. I think I'm going to guillotine him. In the first round, my first game plan is to guillotine him in the first round. I believe he's going to give it to me at least one time. And I'm gonna try to finish him at that moment in the first round. I'm going for that. And I want to psychologically mess with him because now he knows that I'm going to be going for a guillotine in that first round. If it does not go how I want it to go in the first round, we're going to be battling up into the third round. I think I don't like wars. I don't like them at all. I feel like the last fight I went to, I played him properly. Like, y'all don't know how much I game planned for him, you know? It was kind of I made it look easy, but it was an actual game plan that I had did after watching his fights. And I can explain it here. But you said takedowns gas me out in practice. Yes. But it was all psychological. So like with the first guy, what I did with him was I watched his fights and I noticed, because I know like this next fight, the dude's probably thinking I'm gonna come out the same. But I'm starting to kind of like my MMA style, because I'm a strategic kind of guy. I'm also like, I'm you guys, if you really think about it. Like, you know how we sit back and we kind of, what do? We analyze and we do MMA math. I'm the same way. I do that stuff. So I like the style that I'm seeing from myself, where I feel comfortable going all 3 rounds, maybe once it gets to championship rounds, all 5 rounds, and getting them in the last round. I do like that, because for me, it's so much data of stuff for me to learn. And it's watchable. It makes the fight exciting for the viewers. That style, I like that. So I'm very comfortable in my mind going to the final round and believing I can finish them there. So you get to watch all the fight, like the whole fight play out, and then you watch me, like it has a definitive end. I love that. So the way I got this dude, his name was Daryl Westfall, Double Barrel Daryl. So I watched all of Daryl's fights. I watched all of Daryl's interviews. I just paid so much attention to him. And I listened. It was so much stuff I watched about him. In his first fight, he gassed out. Actually, in all his fights, he gassed out. But I was more interested in his evolution, because in his first fight, he was just brawling, because that's what I was told. He was a brawler. I was like, oh shit, I don't want a fucking war. So he was brawling in his first fight. In his second fight, I noticed that he developed a jab, right? And so I paid very close attention to that. But I think his first opponent went into like a brawl with him too. No, his second opponent went into a brawl, and that gassed him out, right? And I was like, okay, that's interesting right there. Um, and I heard he has a really good jab. That's what I was watching it. I was seeing that he had a really good jab. So I was game planning that. If you go watch the fight, you'll see every time he threw a jab, I slipped it because I had game planned the fuck out of that jab. So I was like, okay, he has a really good jab. I'm gonna punish him every time he jabs. That's all I was thinking about. And then his last fight that he lost, he got taken down. So one thing I've noticed is when he gets taken down, that gasses him out. And he's a jiu-jitsu guy. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. So what I did when I came into that fight, I knew, 3 weeks prior to that, he was watching me on social media. I think if my opponent's watching me, I think watching me on social media is probably the worst thing to do. I really do. I think it's the worst thing to do. I think it's dumb because I posted just nothing but jujitsu clips the entire time. To the point even I had my haters fooled. Even my own coach who was watching me, I had him fooled. I was practicing specifically to neutralize his right hand. That's all I was doing. I was in the back. Like if you watch a lot of my MMA videos, you see it go into the striking or go into the grappling. It's because I kept kicking everybody and they kept rushing me because I was just kicking them. I was just kicking, and they'll rush me and then we'll get into a grappling motion and then that's when you see the highlight video. But no one knew this and I knew he didn't know that. So the moment that bell rang, you saw I came directly at him and I started kicking. I was kicking his arm the entire time. And so if which made him like stay like this and he couldn't like get that off. I saw he developed that right hand his last fight. Like I saw how confident he was in that. And I was like, I am going to neutralize that. I'm going to keep kicking your arm and then I'm going to wait for your jab. So I'm going to kick your arm and when I see that jab, I'm going to slip it and try to take you down because I'm going to combine both of your losses. That's how I got his ass. And it was a fucking masterclass. And he said it in his post-fight interview. He said he just, like, he wasn't prepared for it. And I was like, and I got the submission. I told everybody, too. I said, I'm going to submit his ass. I said, I'm going to submit him in the third round. I said, if I don't get him in the first round, I'm going to submit him in the third round. And this, just an FYI, MMA is different. I think I was a bit, like, too... I thought it was going to be a lot easier, but it is really hard to choke people in MMA. Like, it's like if you're not doing like a Darce of some sort, like trying to get like, especially a rear naked choke, it's a lot harder. So when I had him in his back in the first round, I was like, oh, this is a lot harder than I expected it. And we was on the cage. And I've just, in my studies, recently found out that wall wrestling is not jiu-jitsu. Like, wall wrestling is a totally different art. So that's some, like, the higher I go in this game, I'm going to just reveal to you guys everything. I'm going to reveal everything that we as fans don't understand. And I think that'll be a treat for all you guys. You said you really studied your opponent and did your homework. Proof MMA isn't just a meathead sport, but also a lot of studying involved. I think I have a video that I want to talk about. I really believe that MMA is a thinking man sport. I really believe that. I think MMA is a thinking man sport. It's psychological. It's how you prepare. MMA taught me how to prepare properly. Like it's crazy. Like that week before I went to fight my opponent in my MMA fight, I did 30,000 jumps. I did 30,000 jumps so I can ensure that I could keep kicking him. That's how like prepared I was. Like I did a total of, I think it was 70,000 jumps, I think, like in total, because I have a jump rope that counts. When I jump, it counts every jump. I did like, but that week I remember doing 30,000 jumps because I was like, I want the spring in my bounce to like be sharp when I kick them. So yeah, it's a preparation sport. How will you prepare for being around a large crowd? I guess a fighter has to love being in front of a large crowd. I think like it is nerve wracking. It's nerve wracking because I don't like. I think I love it. I think the more I do it, I'm gonna get better. But I usually lock in. I mean, you just gotta look. Like you could tell that I was a bit nervous in the when they were like calling my name. Like I was just like just stay focused, you know. But um it is nervous. It's nerve wracking. But I the type of guy I am. That's why I tell people you're always gonna be nervous. The type of guy I am, I I'm only nervous like when you like how do I explain this? It's the whole process of getting to the cage, getting your name announced, and then the first like 10 seconds. That's me being nervous. I'm nervous, right? But what I've learned is the best way to get that out is to be the first person to go. So if you go watch my fight, you see I immediately ran like at him and took the center and was the first one to swing at him just to get like I believe you gotta like you have to like move your body out of the nerves. Like your body needs to literally be moved. So like if you're striking, right, and you are nervous, I call there's a concept I call winning the airspace, meaning like you don't punch the person, but just stretch your arms out, like just win the airspace. Just act, just like mid fight, you're sitting there, just throw it right in front of him, and he's not gonna think much of it, but that's just working the nerves and working your timing, your range. You have to like kick the nerves out per se. You said things BJJ does to one's confidence is truly amazing. Oh man, my God, I think jujitsu is so underrated. It's so underrated. People shit on jujitsu, and it's really sad, but that's a good talk about it. You say you got the X Factor, Smitty. You don't need me to tell you that. Yeah, I think. Well, I'm always thinking crowd first, entertainment first. That's what makes me different from a lot of these guys. I think I made a video, and I'm gonna redo this video because now I'm starting to script my videos. But I made a video a while back talking about the difference between a martial artist and a fighter. A martial artist is a person who has a gift of gab. A fighter is a person like most martial artists don't have. How do I say this? Because sometimes a martial artist will have the gift of gab, but he doesn't have the skill. But he has the social media and he has the following. So my biggest thing is I have the gift of gab, and the biggest question that a lot of people had was, can he actually fight? So that's the downside of being a martial artist. And Bruce Lee was a martial artist, right? But then you have a fighter, such as like a Habib Nurmagomedov, right? Or I think a better example is Arman. I forgot his damn name. I think he just recently won. Or who else? Who else is just a fighter? Like Leon Edwards. Perfect. Leon Edwards is just a fighter, right? There's nothing interesting about Leon Edwards. He just fights, and that just makes him boring. Despite that he's a striker, it's just nothing interesting about him. You get what I'm saying? So there's a difference between the two. Do you think jiu-jitsu can get you an aesthetic body with weightlifting only twice a week? Yeah, that's why I told you to do calisthenics. You don't need to lift weights. Do calisthenics. Like, a lot of people don't know, but my body looks like that because of calisthenics. You don't need to lift weights. And on top of that, weights, I wouldn't say weights make you like slower. I don't think so. It's just that it's physically impossible. It's really difficult to do jujitsu and lift weights. But it's easier to do jujitsu and calisthenics. Calisthenics is basically pull-ups, push-ups, anything that where the weight doesn't go over 15 pounds. Like if you're doing like a pulley machine, like if you go on my shoulder rehab, like stuff like that. Where did we go to see the full fight? It's on YouTube. It's here. Yeah, it's on YouTube. Go on my playlist and it says Smitty's MMA fights. Yeah, my full fight is on YouTube. You can watch the whole thing. And I sacrificed it because it had a lot of copyright, so I'm not getting paid for that. But yeah, I wanted y'all to see that. I was so happy. I was so happy. I was like, fuck the money. I want everybody to see this fight. You said that reminds me. I saw you speaking about the fight, and you definitely would be a good fit alongside DC commentating. UNF, which is the league I'm fighting under, they told me that too. They was like, we're gonna have to at some point, like if you don't want to do this no more, we need to get you commentating. I was like, I'm down with that. That's not gonna hurt me. He said, hey, how you doing? Doing pretty good. Yourself? Best martial art for self-defense. Do you have a video of you ranking martial arts by tier list? I would love to see your take on that. Oh, I would give me like, because I plan to definitely, and Ghost, I know I just said when I do promises, don't believe me. But Ghost knows that I be on and off with these lives. My December challenge was I wanted to go live every day. If it's 30 minutes, no, at least an hour a day. I want to do at least an hour a day. I read that you're supposed to do 4 hours a day, but I just don't. My lifting schedule, no, my martial arts schedule is never gonna allow that to happen. But one of these days, my point is, one of these days when I can get like the actual live streamer set up with the little streamer in the box and he's on the video, I do plan on doing a self-defense tier list. I would love to do those tier lists and stuff. I would love to do that. That would be so dope. Hope you remember me, brother. We had a heck of a time a long while back. Used to be in the lives. Hey, don't worry. We gonna be back live and again. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Because I don't remember you. I'm sorry. I'm too honest. I'm a funny dude. I probably will remember you. All you have to do is just... Okay. People don't understand this. I don't remember names. I remember energy and moments. Does that make sense? Like, it was... Case in point. This is case in point. Just today, I've been training with the homie... You see what I just did? My homie Alex for I think 4 years. And my coach today was like, I invited him to my gym. He's going to be fighting with us. And my coach was like, hey, what's your homie's name? And I was just like, what the fuck is his name? You know, like that's me, you know, and I had to think about a moment of me coaching him to remember his name. So, because I remember I was coaching him, and I was like, Alex. But I suck with. I only remember vibes and moments. So you have to tell me a moment. I only remember Ghost because literally Ghost was in all the lives, and I put like he's like an admin in here now, so his name comes in blue. I'm a female. You made fun of me for my name being Weenie and mentioned my favorite UFC fighter being Jake Shit. Oh, Weenie fan. It looks like, did you fight recently? I'm a female. You know, sometimes girls, you see Ghost, do you feel me? Ghost, like, I remember her now. See? I remember Weenie too now, exactly. So funny. I perfect example. You said, what made you start jiu-jitsu? Man... This is funny. I was 20 years old. I had a nightmare. I was in prison and I was trying to defend myself against a big black dude. I woke up that night in a cold sweat and I was outside the jiu-jitsu gym. And I waited and I signed up that day. That's how it happened. That's how it happened. Don't worry, Weenie. You shouldn't have revealed yourself. Now you have been exposed. We got you, Weenie. Oh, I'm a funny dude, man. I'm so funny. I make myself laugh. Oh shoot. Uh-oh. Look at that. Started cramping. That's how y'all know I just got done fighting. We had a hard session too. Oof. All right, cool. I just flexed and you said not exposed. Exposed. And then right when I said that, Weenie, did you put like black magic on me? Right, my legs started cramping. I was like, ooh, shit. We were going crazy today. Let me explain what we did today in sparring, because my legs was cramping. I was going against this jiu-jitsu dude in MMA, and my right hip started cramping, and he probably thought I was ass. Because, you know, you look at my videos, and some people be like, damn, his jiu-jitsu is fucking awesome. Not today. I was cramping mid-spar, but I didn't want to be a bitch. So I was trying to, like kick off the cramp while sparring him, and he was putting me through a jiu-jitsu blender. I was mad as fuck, but I was like, whatever. It's all good. He didn't submit me, though. But he probably was thinking, nah, this dude ain't good. Smitty ain't good as I thought. You said I hit the big 4-0 this year. Okay. I hit the big 3-0 this year. So, I mean, shit. Like, he said, last we talked, I asked you to try and pull and apply. I still never seen the attempt. I tried it. I've been trying. You want to know but then it doesn't count. So, actually, Winnie, let me explain this. I did do an omoplata, but it turned into a Tariqa plata. So, and I didn't post that because you asked for an omoplata. Omoplata is actually difficult. I hit him with a Tariqa plata. I was like, God damn it. I was like, why did you make me do that? Do you know what a Tariqa plata is? I mean, it's kind of an omoplata. I should post that. It was like a closed guard because I tried to omoplata him. And then he started stopping me, so I modified it into a Tariqa plata. I know it sounds crazy as hell, but like, yeah, it was pretty cool, but it's not what you asked, so I didn't post it. You said, what's my favorite martial art? Ooh, that's a damn... jiu-jitsu. I think the evolution of jiu-jitsu needs to be studied. Like, I feel jiu-jitsu right now is at a standstill, and it needs to grow. Because I've done karate for 7 years. No, it was 8 years. And then now I think it's coming up to 8 years on jiu-jitsu as well. I think it is. I think it's been 8 years. Damn. Has it? I started in 2000. I started March 3rd, 2019. That's when I started jiu-jitsu. Damn. 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Yeah, wow. Damn. You said I never really rolled much, but love grappling. I boxed and kickboxed from 11 to 25. I'm 39 now. I get hurt even stretching. It's just preparation. I think the older you get, because it's so funny. I was speaking of age in like just martial arts. I was just in the gym. Karate does not have a ground game. I was just in the gym, and there's a bunch of dudes who are way younger than me, and they were just getting injured left and right. Everybody was just getting injured today. And I just think, like, they didn't properly take care of their bodies. Like me, I take naps all the time before I practice. I will never go into practice if I don't take a nap. That's been my motto. That's just how people don't prepare. The older you get, in my opinion, for martial arts, you have to prepare before. Like, I mean, you guys know. So, like, some of you guys are older than me, and y'all know before you do things, like, you have to get prepared. Even before you sit up, you gotta. All right, all right. You gotta warm up a little bit, and then, there we go. We up. You know, anything you do, the older you get, you have to prepare. You said karate. Now, karate don't have a ground game, and I think that's karate's problem. Karate and jiu-jitsu's problem is literally inverses. If like karate got to a point where they figured out striking, but they refused to go to the ground. And jiu-jitsu is at a point now where it's figured out grappling, but it refuses to stand up. Crazy. I started with karate at 6. I rode with a handful of people at my longtime gym when MMA got big in the early 2000s and just got dominated. You just didn't know what you were doing. And on top of that, dudes, like, the 2000s era, like, that was, like, bro culture to the max. Like, 2000s era is a totally different era. And on top of that, like, the system that jiu-jitsu have today is not the same as like it was back then. Ego was a real big thing. Machida was one of my favorite fighters for a long time. I actually bought his course. I bought his course for front kicks. I don't know why I still haven't watched that damn video. I wanna do front kicks. I need some front kicks in my life. It's coming back full circle. These are all samurai arts. Yes, it is. It is coming back full circle. That's why I love Japanese culture. I think the Japanese are some of the smartest people on this planet. My respect and love for Japanese culture is immense. I love Japanese culture so much. And then I remember when I found out, and it is kind of racially motivated too, because I of all the cultures, right? It was only the Japanese with the Yasuke thing where they looked at him, okay, yeah, you're black, but you're strong. We're going to make you fight. You get what I'm saying? Like we care about your accolades, you know? Like, that was really cool to me. But that was Nobunaga, though. And Nobunaga was a weird guy, so... But I love Japanese culture. You know, just besides that, if you take out, like, the black... mysticism that's a part of Japanese culture, I still love Japanese culture. I think they got that right, and they figured out, like, not only, that's why I call myself the martial artist. It's actually like inspired from studying Japanese culture. These guys did karate because it was all together at one point. Japanese jiu-jitsu was all together. They had jiu-jitsu, they had judo and karate and like kendo, like, and on top of that, they had to be good at poetry and art. That's why I say martial artists. Like, it's two different concepts together. Martial, like the physical, art, the psychological, the mind, you know? I thought that was creative. Now, the samurais, or was it the samurais? It's another word I'm looking for, but basically it's samurais. The samurais inspired me. Do y'all remember when Steven Seagal took credit for Silva and Machia's front kicks? Yeah. I've seen videos of that. His Aikido. Yeah, Steven Seagal is a big fraud from what I've seen. Yeah. That's just how that goes. Bushido. You know, it's kind of funny. Bushido. It's kind of funny when I hear people say, Bushido. I keep thinking of Bullshido, like bullshit. But Bushido is not bullshit though. I'm so ignorant sometimes. You ever seen how Steven Seagal runs in the movie? I've never paid attention to Steven Seagal. Once I found out he was one of those, like, you know something? I was thinking, Um, I've had very big opinions about Wing Chun. Speaking of just random arts that don't work, I think Wing Chun theoretically could work in MMA. My mind has recently changed. I think it theoretically could work. Like I think it could. It's so funny. It's crazy. I think Wing Chun could work. Oh. Um, because I've realized that the problem with Wing Chun is they they try to use a close quarters combat system, and they tried to fit it in everything. So that's kind of like jiu-jitsu guys trying to fit their jiu-jitsu in like boxing, the boxing clinch, you know, or the Muay Thai clinch. And it's like, no, learn Muay Thai, you know, keep it like you use the Muay Thai clinch for Muay Thai scenarios, you know. Wing Chun the same way. It happens when you push someone on the cage. If I was to ever train Wing Chun again, I know exactly how I would actually show it working. I know how I would show it. So cool. Oh damn, we're already on that. About to be an hour. You know, let me explain social combat before because I wanted an hour today, and we're gonna explain social combat. I really want 2 hours a day. And then I'm gonna get back to structuring my lives. I just wanted us to have something where we're sitting back and we're talking. I wanted that first. I wanted us to just talk, and I could talk for hours. You know, I'm a talker. But social combat. If you notice that the title was called Social Combat, and I've created a system where I believe that at the heart of it, the true self defense is communication. If you can communicate, you can get your way out of so many situations before you ever have to fight. I believe the hierarchy of self defense should go communication, which is what I call social combat. Then it should go parkour. Then after parkour, it should go mixed martial arts or any type of like cross training or mixed martial arts. Oh my God. I am so happy I just said that. I want to talk about the difference between cross training and MMA. They are not the same. I used to think they were the same. They are not the same. If you do jiu-jitsu and you do boxing, but you're not doing MMA, you're not an MMA fighter. You're a cross trainer. I need to make a video on that. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I ever said that. I don't think I don't know, but I need to talk about that one. You might remember me more when I mentioned how I quit kickboxing because yeah, I remember you. Don't worry, Weenie. We remember you. Trust me. We remember you. The art of negotiation. Yes, I think, but it's not just social combat. Like when I was looking at that LOOKSMAXING thing, like just seeing young men, you know, there's nothing wrong. This is gonna sound so bad, but there's nothing wrong with being gay. Okay, there's not that part that this is gonna sound bad, but the way I'm locking everything together, there's nothing wrong with being gay. I don't think there's nothing wrong with being LGBT. I really don't. But when I see heterosexual men talking about looksmaxing and they're putting on makeup, who are you looksmaxing for? The women? I like what part of the game are we in now? Like that's the beauty about being a man. Like you get up and you are what you are. Like that's why like I was thinking the other day, this is why I came up with social combat. Women are the ones who have the burden of, you know, doing all of the makeup and stuff, dressing up their appearance because the male gaze is, you know, appearance. Like they're basically biologically enhancing what we like to see, right? So as men, I just think that we should why am I saying this wrong? Biologically enhance what makes women happy, which is women like to hear things. Women like hearing things. They like things that sound nice. So what sounds nice? The way you communicate. Why are you looksmaxing? Go learn about the levels of communication. I'll break it down to you guys. I have, this is not just me making a buzzword term. I've really created a system, a tangible building system where you can learn how to actually properly socialize. So there's I call it let's say the 4 quadrants of communication is what I call it, right? So you have a positive communication style. You have a diplomatic communication style. You have, I call it a verbal samurai or a battle rapper style. And then you have dark rhetoric, okay? Which is basically manipulation, gaslighting and stuff like that. You need to be very aware of all that. But we'll start with the positive communicator because I think that's the proper thing. And there's 5 levels in each one, okay? So basically verbal judo, that's a part of it, but there's different styles. So when these guys are putting on makeup, looks maxing, right? In my first level, the first 3 things that you need to know, the very first thing when it comes to communication, the number 1 thing is listening skills. Did you know that there are many books on listening? That is the foundation of emotional intelligence. Men should not be putting on makeup, looks maxing. You should be picking up a book, developing and building your emotional intelligence so you could talk better and explain better and get things to happen better for you. I was just shocked when I seen you're learning. He was just a heterosexual man. I'm not calling him gay. He said he's heterosexual, so I'm going to follow with you. If that's what you say, you should be learning how to talk to women. That's what you should be learning. How to do. That's what, or at least talk, not, if you don't want to talk to women, talk to men. Listening skills is the number 1 thing. And then after that, number 2 is empathy. There are a bunch of academic books of reading empathy. Okay? And then the last one, which is the last foundational skill, is rapport building. So you have listening skills, empathy, and rapport building. You can find books, millions of books on these topics. These are academic terms, right? You said I usually run around bar hopping, giving women wet willies and running off. You said that almost always works. That's funny. Wet willies almost always work, just from my experience as a woman. You guys are so funny. Women love them. I didn't hear a word you said. Bad listener. But yeah, I think that's just how it goes. The foundation is listening skills. When I was thinking about that and I found out listening skills, the ability to listen is an actual skill. It's an academic skill. Did y'all know that? But instead of learning how to listen properly, these dudes are learning how to put contour on their cheeks. What you gonna do? You just gonna stare at the girl, bro? What y'all have we gotten to a point where we just expect women to chase us? I don't know, man. That shit's crazy. You said been on my spouse since 15 years old. You want to know the secret? Communication. You said then we can listen well. What are you supposed to do with the information? Here we go. Beautiful. Thank you. We're getting somewhere, right? So then we have empathy, right? You said wet willies. The secret's wet willies, Weenie. Is that why your name is Weenie? Oh my God. Let me stop a second. But so you said, what do you do with the information? Well, what did I say? What was number 3? It's rapport building, right? So all rapport building is, it's the art of small talk. That's what it is. So what you do is you use small talk. There is a whole strategy of how you small talk someone. You will use rapport to gain information. The more information you gain, it gives you insight on somebody, right? So you learn a little bit about them. And then that insight, the more insight you get, it leads into deep conversation. See how this is, and now you can positively talk to someone. You listen to them, you learned empathy, right? To be able to put yourself in their shoes, because people don't really actually understand what empathy. People don't want sympathy, they want empathy, right? Empathy is being able to imagine like this is like a ditch, right? And you're up here. So sympathy is you looking down at them like, damn, that sucks. I would hate to be like that, right? Versus you going down to their level, and you don't have to go down the ditch, but mentally you can go down to their level and talk to them. And you said no, but for real, we've been together 24 years since kids. You don't have to try hard at all if it's the right one. That's true. But I think like we've complicated so many things at this point. And I think now I know some people are saying, oh, like, like, what do you mean by listening skills? Well, it's the art of validation. Okay. Like listening skills actually is you validating someone. That's it. Like you're validating their emotional experience. That's the art of listening skills. You listen and you validate their emotional experience. Their emotional experience. The internal weather inside their body. And then you bring your mind to where they're at, and then you use the art of small talk to gain insight. When you gain insight, you can go into deeper conversations. So, you say it's social media, man. Social media in the digital age has ruined social skills altogether. I don't think it has. I think it's like I really don't think it has. Because then I've recently discovered like a cool way to properly text people. Like when I tell you guys, that's why I named this social combat. I have really developed a system, and that's why at first I was thinking about making it a playlist for long form videos. Oh, that's fine, Winnie. I was thinking about making a playlist, but it's like this topic is gonna require me like constantly talking about different styles. Like I was reading this book on charisma. So once you get past the first level, which is the foundational skills, once you learn listening skills, which is basically the art of validation, empathy, and then rapport, the art of small talk, then you go into magnetism, personal magnetism, making people like being around you. And charisma is like the first thing. And all charisma is, it's presence, power, and warmth. That's all it is. That's the tools that make up charisma. I can go on and on and on. But these are, and for people who probably think like, Smitty, you're talking bullshit. I use this all the time. I practice this. I was never like this. I practiced. That's how I got like this. That's how I became talkative. I practiced. I studied. It's a martial art. Communication is a martial art. And I just decided, I was like, you know what? It would be nice to have more people that, like, people think like, oh, they think like having the gift of gab is it's a God-given thing, but it's a skill. It's a skill. It took me a long time to figure it out, But yeah. I'm going to keep talking about this, though. This is why I call it social combat. My live stream is just going to be called social combat. You said, oh, you mean people are locked on social media instead of personal? Oh, instead of in-person socializing? I think that's what she probably means. Well, the thing is, I think that social media has allowed and created, like, I was on social media the other day, and I was like, this, like, has allowed people of different backgrounds to come into one place and create a community. It's just the problem is I just think people got lazy. I really think that is. I think like people just got lazy, and social media or technology is supposed to be an enhancer, not a replacement. Like everyone's scared of AI. I'm not. AI is supposed to be an enhancement, not a replacement, you know? But people don't understand that, you know? So that's what I want to talk about. I'm going to be on tomorrow because I went past the hour I wanted to be on. Hey, Greta. And I need to go to sleep because I need to wake up early in the morning. But I am going to be on because I have a goal that I want to do for December. I want to go live stream every day and drop a like. We're going to talk more about this. I'm going to keep talking about social combat. And when this is over, just go into the comment section and type what you want to talk about next. I think the next live stream, I'm probably going to just sit back and talk with you guys again. And then after that, I'm going to start structuring my live streams like I used to. And so we can start putting timestamps and stuff like that. But love you guys. Let me read this before I get off. I'm going to read what Winnie said. There's a study that has shown most people meet their soulmate by the age of 21. People are on dating apps and overlooking something. Winnie, do me a favor. When this live ends, please type that. I want to talk about that tomorrow. Just type that in. I want to talk about that. That's a good topic, okay? So you guys take care. Make sure you type whatever you want to talk about in the comment once this is over. I love you guys. I am going to be on tomorrow. I promise you guys this one because this is something I want to do. I have social combat is a really big idea. I am going to be on tomorrow. What time? Maybe this time. This is a cool little time, but you'll see me pop on. Don't worry about it. Y'all take care.